Have you ever felt down? And have you been feeling down lately? I keep seeing posts of a lot of us feeling down or extra challenged. I've certainly been going through my fair share of that. My name is Avital. I am known as the Healing Breakthrough Facilitator, and I want to thank you so much for joining me for this Facebook Live. A couple of my clients recently came into conversation with me, starting with a conversation feeling really down. Like, oh, I need a big break from dating, or I should never date again, or I need to take a break from being with my friends. Hi, Joe. Thank you so much for popping in. And I've just done something horrible, and I just need to step back and not talk to anyone for a long time. Now, I remember this story. So I don't talk about this that much, but I was in an abusive marriage and I visited the yoga community that I used to live at. I hadn't lived there yet. And I was visiting them for New Year's retreat and meeting with my spiritual counselor. And I was very, very down. That was one of my lowest emotional feeling points in my life. And I'm talking to a spiritual counselor and I'm telling her, this is all the reason why I'm having a really bad reaction to my husband at the time is just because I haven't figured out how to find all of my joy in God. And if I could just feel all joy from God, then I wouldn't be impacted by anything at all that he does. It wouldn't matter. And my spiritual counselor, she just ignores basically what I said, looks at me and says, "Do you like Thai food?" And I start to light up. Yes. What are your favorite Thai meals? And I get very excited. I start explaining the two types of Thai meals that I always eat at every Thai restaurant. And she says, "Good. Go eat Thai food." She didn't say, "Go lock yourself up in a room like I thought I should until I realize all my joy in God." She said, "Go do something fun that you really love doing. Go eat Thai food." There are times for us to sit and be true to the feelings that we're feeling, to acknowledge them, right? To give them light and reality, to be true about what's actually going on. There's times to process that, to understand where it comes from and what you can do about it. Right? So then there's the time where you're sitting in that growth phase and you're doing all these inspiring exercises like the ones I lead with the meditation group and my healing breakthrough group. And then there's the times where you just go out and you have fun and you throw all your cares away. There never needs to be the time where you're putting yourself down. Now, if you pay close attention, you're probably always doing it. Or doing it frequently, right? If you worked a lot on yourself, then you're doing it less, but it still can happen. And we want to be careful to really get to the root of our pains and realize sometimes when the bottom of that is us just putting ourselves down, not believing in ourselves, holding ourselves back from our potential. The founder of the yoga organization that I used to be involved with, Swami Kriyananda, he suggested not just not trusting things that other people say, but not trusting your own self as well. So we want to be careful of putting ourselves down. And then, of course, for what reason are we putting ourselves down? If you read The Big Leap that by Gay Hendricks, then you've gotten an idea from that book as well as to why that may be happening. In a sense, sometimes we just simply put a little glass ceiling above ourselves as to how much joy we can have. And we start to taint ourselves or our lives into looking worse than we are because there's something stopping us from going beyond that glass ceiling. So then the issue is really just finding what's going beyond the glass ceiling. This is kind of like the rabbit hole of going down, like, why are we saying the things that we're saying to ourselves? So that's always something that we can work on one-to-one. One of the things is you could do that I've been playing with a lot lately. The thought that, so any painful thoughts are not actually true. Any thoughts that feel painful are generally not true. Now, you have to understand the root of the thought, because it's sort of like if you say, you know, I feel hurt because my mom died. Well, there's no, there's nothing untrue, right? If she died, she died. But what are you hurt about? Well, I'm no longer going to be able to enjoy experiencing life with her. Or I'm not going to be able to feel her presence, because you always have your memories to go back on. And I do believe that you can energetically tune into people whether or not they're alive. So there are ways to still enjoy life with them. But it could be like, if the thought goes to like, well, I don't know if I'm going to have enough guidance in life, right? That's the thing where the real pain can come from in that. So that's the thought that you want to focus on within, I'm sad that my mother died. Well, I'm worried I'm not going to have the guidance or support or love that I need, that I want in life. Right? So then you think about that. Well, maybe there's other places that I can find it. I know when my mother passed away, I realized that I just needed to find that more within myself. That sense of guidance, that sense of what I actually did with her was I would live a lot for her. And I know that sounds weird, but I would go to like this tulip garden and I'd walk through with a video camera. She was sick for a while, so she couldn't just come with me. At one point she did, but then she couldn't. And so I'd walk through with a video camera and I'd just talk about everything that I was seeing for her. When I performed dance, I would have it videoed so I could send it to her. And it was less about the audience, because I had to go out and bow at the end, for this audience, and I didn't care to, because it wasn't for me and it wasn't for them, it was for my mom. And my first performance after my mom passed, I was like, what do I bow for? Like, okay, well, look at all these people who just had a wonderful experience. And did I not enjoy the dancing? So that's an example. Match to make things work with this person, right? But we have to understand it doesn't necessarily mean that you're bad at relationship. But then we're going to work with that. Now, what I want to say to you is that if you had a friend saying to you, you're really bad at relationship, and they did that all the time, like as many times as you said it to yourself, would you still be friends with them? Like, probably not, but you're not going to stop being friends with yourself. So what we want to do is, if it was like your friend, you'd be like, stop saying that. Stop saying that to yourself. Come up with a new story that doesn't feel painful in your body. And we kind of get to like, I'm sad my mom passed away, to like, I don't know if I'm going to have enough guidance. And this one might feel painful and this one might not, because it's more true. You still don't like it, but it's not going to produce the same effect of pain on you. When you find the thing that you can really work with, it shouldn't have the same amount of pain. And then you know what you can do, right? That's the fun of this. It's not like everything is dandy and life is perfect, but it's just, how do we get to that place of guidance and that place of not putting ourselves down, of lifting ourselves up, right? So when those people came into those conversations with me saying I'm not good at a relationship, like I'm not a good friend, like left the conversation feeling so much more uplifted, like, oh my God, like I am a great catch, and yeah, like if I pull myself away, you guys don't get to enjoy me even more. And you want to enjoy me because I'm an amazing friend. That's the shift that we're looking for. And so take time to really think through, not just like, well, I'm feeling down, but for what reason am I feeling down? And then see if you can find that truth within you that makes you feel better and something that you can really work with to make progress. And if you're not sure how to do that, you can always reach out to me. Little secret, I actually have a link that you can go to for a free 15-minute discovery session with me if you go to talkwithavital.com. We're going to do one thing right now together, because sometimes when we just take actions to boost our energy, we kind of bring ourselves to this place of rising above the level of the problem, if you've heard that statement before, so that we can start to approach it differently. And you might also be able to let go of the feelings associated with the issue when you do an exercise like this, and then it's also easier to work with. So simply uplifting yourself can also be another way to drop those feelings. This is the first exercise from the energization exercises, which were created by Paramahansa Yogananda. We do these with the meditation group. We do the full thing on Thursday mornings. And what you're going to do is bring your palms together in front of your body. And as you open your arms, you're going to feel tension rise up your body as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to release the tension back down to your body. So let's just inhale and feel tension, like we're tensing one muscle at a time, going from the toes up to the top of your body. And then release the tension as you go down. Do that again. Inhale up and exhale down. Good. Relax for a moment. I'm going to add another layer to make this even more energizing. It's a double breath. Short inhale followed by a long inhale. Short exhale followed by a long exhale. Breathe in through the nose, out through your mouth and your nose. So listen to my rhythm first and then join in with me. Now we put the two together. So you'll do a double breath inhale, increasing the tension up your body as you open the arms, and then exhale, double exhale is what you do to release back down. So here we go, double inhale, tense up, double exhale, release down. Inhale, tense up, exhale, release. Again. One more. Do you feel differently right now? Type, I feel energized in the chat if you feel differently after doing that. You could just do it once, twice, 3 times, or you could keep doing it longer. But usually once you've done it 2 or 3 times, you're going to notice this little boost. And it'll be easier to do more and more of these after you start giving yourself that boost. So you only have to start with this little bit, and then you can always do more. I'll put the link to the meditation group below the video so that you can also find out the rest of these exercises. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to share this with your friends so that they can take advantage of these tips, and like the video and comment on anything that is inspiring you and what helps uplift your energy when you are in a mood. Blessings to you.